Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I'm Dr. Pechenik. I want to talk to you about the horrendous fire in Los Angeles and in Ojai, as well as in Southern California. That fire is unfortunately something I predicted 20 years ago in state of emergency, and it's related to one thing: the absence of water. And to just boil it all down to one concept, the water that was public and came in from the north of California down to the south was privatized under the Resnick Corporation. And for many, many decades, that water was used to make profitable almonds, to make profitable strawberries, and to make profitable pistachio nuts. What it did not make was the ability for people, and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, to drink water that was clean and appropriate water. In turn, the fires resulted. Now, I want to relate that episode to something that just happened. Senator Al Franken from Minnesota had to resign. The reason? Sexual harassment. The real reason is simply that I had put a psychological profile on him, knowing fully well that he had had a history of sexual harassment. Now, how do I know that? It's not relevant. In my business of psychological profiling and psychological warfare, I know a lot about many individuals, particularly those who are in the Senate, who are in government, and who are high up in the private industry. The point of fact here was that I had requested Al Franken and his superior, Amy Klobuchar, senator from Minnesota, to really intervene on behalf of the honest citizens of Central Florida so that they would stop the horrendous terrorist activities of Mosaic Mines that came out of Plymouth, Minnesota. Al Franken didn't respond to that request. I wrote blogs about it, I implored them, and nothing was done. In turn, I decided that I would start a psychological warfare against Al Franken. Now, that is not a direct hit. It's what we call in the business a side pocket shot. There was evidence to suggest that Al Franken had a history of sexual harassment, but it's not an accident that the two major evidences that came out from two different tours that he made in the USO during his tour in the Middle East. One was in 2001, 2003, and then 2006. So I leave that supposition and target of opportunity for you to think about and for Al Franken to think about. At the same time, I'm warning Mosaic Mines that I had the good fortune to short them from a net asset value of $30 billion down to $19 billion and then go long on them up to $21 billion. What does that really mean? What that means is that I'm using your corporation, Rock, and I'm using that corporation and its incapacity to develop anything to make money so that I can fund a lawsuit against the Hazen family, the Pritchett family, the Chads, and the Howards. Now, what they don't realize, because I'm in a psychological warfare with them, is that they're literally funding their own litigation against themselves through John Middleton and others. And this will continue until your net asset values in Mosaic Mine will decrease, till you will not have an ability to monitor or to mine phosphate or uranium or to touch the waters of the Santa Fe River. The reason for this is simple. Water is life. There is no question about it. There is no question that we will give it to a uranium mine or to the RV park or to anything that will compromise the integrity of our water. We don't care whether you're Republican or Democrat. Governor Scott was a disaster. Rubio has also been a disaster, and Bill Nelson has been a disaster. But my primary target now are the 5 commissioners in Bradford County, each of whom were found to be corrupt, inept, and really quite dangerous. To whom? To us, the people in Bradford County, Union County, Polk County. And I have designated Mosaic Mines as a terrorist organization. So that's incumbent on Amy Klobuchar, who's the now senior senator of Minnesota, to say to her company in Plymouth, Minnesota, to cease and desist from mining in Florida. If you want to mine phosphate or uranium, you do it in the state of Minnesota. Let me quote some of the environmentalists. Water is life. Blue turns to green. Without it, we cannot live. But let me assure you, there will be no Mosaic Mine in Florida. Thank you very much, and good luck.
The red-tailed hawk writes songs across the sky. There's music in the waters flowing by.
Hi, this is Dr. Steve Pichenik, and this is Steve Talks.